You can never get tired of Tiger Woods. Everyone knows it's a big deal when the Golf King steps onto the course, even if we don't see him that much, and when he shows up, he deserves all the attention. His return to the match was much anticipated. We loved it, especially the trash talk, but we're also a little worried. Why is Tiger in a golf cart? Today we'll tell you all about it. First up, Woods has made his return to televised golf. Everyone was impatiently waiting for the match. Tiger had already canceled or withdrawn from most of his PGA Tour engagements because of his health complications. He was due to be at the PNC Championship with his 13-year-old son, Charlie, which was great, but the PNC Championship is hardly the classic golf we're used to seeing this legend playing. Naturally, hearing that he'd be present at match 6 was music to our ears, and alongside Rory McIlroy of all people. The match was the golfer's first televised golf appearance since the Open Championship, which was way back in July. He was to compete alongside his longtime pal McIlroy against the duo of Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, and the game was spectacular. Like all of his competitors, Woods was expected to cruise the Pelican Golf Club using his own custom golf cart. Here's a little golf fun fact for you. Each of these carts has been designed uniquely for the rider. They even have their own color schemes and patterns. We'll tell you more about the carts later, but first we've got to talk about their importance. And no, we're not talking about the sentimental value each design may hold for the players, we're talking about the sheer necessity of it all. Had the match not been an event that supported carts, Tiger wouldn't even be playing, and that's on plantar fasciitis. Coming up, why does Tiger need to be in a golf cart? You've probably heard of the destructive car crash that Woods suffered in early 2021. It was massive and left many injuries on our beloved star, injuries that he's battling with to date. The 15-time major champion had to sit out the entire 2021 golf season and see his rankings fall more than ever. That's also why he only showed up at 3 major events this year, and it's also why he probably won't be attending many tournaments next year. One of the major implications of the car crash was plantar fasciitis. It's a condition that makes it extremely difficult for him to walk, and we know one thing about this game, it's that it involves a lot of walking. Naturally, he'd need a cart to get from one point to another, but that's not the reason that he has it here. Some of you may be thinking that the carts solely exist for the sake of Tiger's health. Well, no, he's not getting any special treatment, even though we think he deserves it at this point. The cart was always supposed to be there, injury or no injury. It's been an integral part of the match ever since its inception. Woods had used the cart on many previous editions, including in 2020 when he and Peyton Manning played against Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. Of course, having the carts has probably influenced his decision to play over here, seeing as he'd withdrawn from many tournaments that didn't support its use. Our point is, the carts weren't specifically added for his relief, they've always been there. Next up, Tiger withdrew from the Hero World Challenge because of this reason. The challenge would have been his 4th appearance on the course for 2022. He was the host too, unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. How could he play if he couldn't even walk? And there weren't any golf carts here, in case you're wondering. Tiger's health issues with plantar fasciitis forced him to withdraw from the event in its first week. It's not that he couldn't play, no, his swing was just as magnificent as ever. Sure, he's a bit out of practice, and we saw that he was a little rusty at the match, but that'll come back. He's Tiger Woods after all. The thing is, he just can't walk. Golf has no high stamina action, but the golf courses are too large. You have to walk a lot just to get from one hole to another. There's a reason they had to invent golf carts. The Hero Challenge would have been impossible for him without a cart. So he did what he had to do. He dropped out of it. Sad as it was, we understand. His health should be his top priority right now. Now for the big one, how's the Golf King doing right now? We know you guys have been dying to get some updates on his injuries, especially with the new golf season nearing close. Don't worry, because we've got just what you need. Everyone knows Woods hasn't been playing much. His last appearance was at the Open Championship in St. Andrews, where he unfortunately also missed the cut after finishing the first 2 rounds. This year has been particularly bad for his health, which is why we've only seen him in like 5 events, including the match. But here's what we know. Plantar fasciitis has made it difficult to walk, which makes it difficult to play something like golf that's very walking intensive. But he can still hit those golf balls. He said he tried it at home. When he was trying to see if he could play in the Hero, he found out that it wasn't the swinging that was the issue, it was the walking. But here's what we're wondering, your hands are fine, but can you play great golf if you can't walk? Won't it affect your posture too? Was Tiger's rusty loss at the match because of lack of practice, or was it because of his health? Next year might give more insight, that is, if the King even plays. Moving on, Tiger was planning a golf ball change ahead of the match. Well, ahead of both the match and the PNC Championship, he may not be playing that much, but that doesn't mean he's not preparing for it. News has it that the legend has been testing various Bridgestone golf balls to try and find the one for him. He was supposedly looking for something that offered him more distance. Only hardcore fans will know this, but historically Tiger has always preferred to play with a softer golf ball. That's because a soft ball would offer him more spin. It would also shape the ball in a way that would give the champion more control around the golf course. He signed a golf deal with Bridgestone some 6 years ago, and he's usually used their softer 3-piece balls since then. The most recent ball he used was the Bridgestone Tour BXS. He's been using that one since it was released all the way back in 2020. But right now, it looks like the golfer is planning to switch up the firmer Bridgestone Tour BX, at least for the match and the PNC. Golf.com tells us that Tiger has been testing this new ball on his home simulator. He's apparently found an extra 10 yards of carry from using it. Next, the match and PNC Championship were perfect for testing it out. Both of these events are exhibition events. They present the perfect opportunity for the golfer to get a feel for the ball on the course, minus all the competitive action. That way he can also tell whether the ball could come in handy for the 2023 season, but it's likely he'll go back to his first love with the XS. The man's made quite a lot of equipment changes these recent years. Just this year, he decided to show up to the Augusta National in FootJoy Premier Series Packard golf shoes as opposed to his usual choice of the custom Nikes. He also debuted the TaylorMade Stealth range of drivers and fairway woods at the PNC Championship last year, and we love to see it. We can't wait to see what new changes come our way in the next season. For now, let's go back to the match. Let's take a look at our favorite trash talk moments from the match. He may have lost the match, but no one, and we mean no one, can beat Tiger at his trash talk game. Trash talk has always been a special part of the match, and when we got to know that it'd be featuring Rory, Tiger, Justin Thomas, and Jordan Spieth, well, we knew what was coming. So many jabs, and all of them are hilarious. It's so difficult to pick the best ones, but we've tried our best. Hope you enjoy them. We heard Jordan Spieth say, "You hate to see it," so many times that we lost count. The first time we heard it was when JT drained a birdie putt to win the hole. It was awesome. Speaking of JT, he also had a few tricks up his sleeve, and the trash talk wasn't directed at his opponents, but at sports analyst Charles Barkley on the 5th tee box. The commentator was looking and admiring the spectacular moon that night, to which Justin said, quote, "Chuck is looking at that moon like it's an Oreo." And then Tiger and Rory were going through a 3-hole deficit, but they got their moment when Thomas missed a short birdie putt on the 7th. Woods commended his opponent, saying, "Good speed." Finally, the winners get the last word. Of course they did. After Spieth got a short putt in to win the event at the 10th hole, the players gathered around for the winner's bracelet. Jordan loved winning, but not because of the bracelet. Instead, it was because of the irritation on Tiger's face. He said that no other joy compares to the joy of knowing that Tiger is so upset, but he has to stand here and watch his opponents win. And to top it off, the winning duo referenced a popular TikTok meme. Spieth asked, quote, "How do you lose to us two?" And JT replied, "It's alright, everybody does." That was an instant classic and had us in tears. And we're sure it had Tiger and Rory in tears too, just not the same kind. But that's gonna be a wrap for this video, my friends. Do you think Tiger can play golf without the cart? Let us know in the comments below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.